Hello, Napa. I love the topic of this conference, redefining success. I never imagined that I would redefine myself sitting in the mud. And I never imagined that I'd find success covered in mud, but I did. For 10 years, I was a corporate event planner, a high-heel corporate event planner selling New Orleans. I heard what she was saying. Yes, selling the experience of New Orleans. In New Orleans, it's not really a hard sell. It's the easy sell, the lazy Mississippi, our architecture, our cuisine. So as a corporate event planner, I was showcasing the city to meeting planners. I love my city and I love my job. It was the party life for a single girl. But that all changed on August 26, 2005 at 5 p.m. My coworkers and I all spilled down onto the street. It was the end of the summer. It was the end of a hot, long year, or week, I should say. And there was a buzz in the air. It was the first Saints preseason home game, and so we were all headed to the Superdome. Unbeknownst to us, the storm had changed course. Tragedy was now heading our way. The monstrous storm of Hurricane Katrina was 60 hours away from landfall on that Friday afternoon. I didn't realize that that would be the last day of my hospitality career. I would never return to my desk, my pending contracts, my coworkers. It was over. August 29th, this is what our city looked like. The levees failed, the city was flooded. The Superdome and the convention center that were supposed to be a shelter turned into mayhem for thousands who couldn't get out because of transportation, lack of transportation. Over 1,800 people died in Hurricane Katrina. The city became to a complete standstill. There was no commerce. Mud covered everything. Families were being rescued off of roofs. Family pets were now roaming in packs. Mud, because mud covered everything, it created a silence that we all talk about and a stench. It was hard to get back to the city. It wasn't the apocalyptic scene that actually gave me so much fear. It was the fear that I was alone. Yes, I had family, I had 2 parents and siblings, but I was alone. I didn't have a husband, a companion, and aloneness can be mentally debilitating. What I was soon to realize that what I thought was my weakness then became my strength. Because I was alone, because I didn't have children to tend to or someone else to tend to, that gave me the opportunity to run around and get things done. My neighbors started to call me, "Simone, we've evacuated and we can't get back to the city. Can you please check on our house? Have we been vandalized?" And so suddenly, that aloneness also gave me a voice and a purpose. Come home, I've checked on you, you're fine. Don't tear down your house. Attitudes were contagious, and I was positive, and I just wanted my neighbors to come back home. And I was encouraging them. But no sooner would I speak those words of hope or encouragement than my own despair set into myself. And 4 months in, it was now the end of the year, New Year's Eve, I still had no direction. We were offered a condo at the beach, and I went to the beach and bought a pair. I was still in the same funky tennis shoes. Went to the beach, said I'm going to run out and buy a pair of tennis shoes, Mom and Dad. Bought a pair of green tennis shoes, I remember this. Came back to the condo, the sun was setting, and as it went down, I was just growing more in my despair. And I fell next to the bed, and I pulled those green tennis shoes out. And I fell on my knees, and I held them to my chest, and I prayed. And I said, Lord, I have been taken down to the dirt, and I'm completely devastated. Only you, Lord, can change the path of my feet. I got up from that prayer, and I knew that something had changed. That prayer had just really penetrated. It was a new year, New Year's Day, and with that came a new decision. I said, this is time for me to gut my house. I'm going to gut my house. So First week in January, I set out, but labor was a commodity after the storm. You couldn't find help. And so 2 Brazilian brothers heard that we were a Brazilian family, and they came and they offered to help me punch out the mildewed walls and the floors and such. And we got started, and there was an excitement. And I can remember everything about this day. If ever I had an epiphany in life, it's this very moment. As they were punching out the walls, I remember the lighting in the room. I remember where I was sitting. I remember where they were with their tools. And I sat on a 5-gallon paint can, and I began to rock and hold my head. And I said, oh my God, what am I going to do? And it was the sensation of a tourniquet, like someone releasing a tourniquet. And they said, o que é seu problema? What is your problem? And I looked at them and I said, what is my problem? What part of this tragedy don't you understand? I have no running water, no lights, no city, no career, no industry, no help. And they said words to me that changed me. They said, you don't know how lucky you are. You are an American and you have every right to own your own business. For the first time, I could hear what they were saying. I did have tools. I had the same tools they did, but I had poise, finesse, education. But I didn't have their tenacity at this time. I didn't have their fire in the belly. I now looked success straight in the face, and it looked like humility, blood, sweat, and tears. Friends, I learned the American dream from immigrants. They showed me what I can do. I looked at them and I said, well, what are my skills? What can I do? And they said, look what you've been doing. You've been leading church groups out, helping to gut houses. It was then that I realized that I did have something to offer. I had been doing it. I was offering trust to my neighbors. I said, trust me to help you. Trust me to go get the answers for you. So with that, I realized that the next step to coming home was demolition. Someone needs, after a storm, you need a safe place to land. You need someone to hold your hand. So I decided that I was going to start Demo Diva Demolition Company. I targeted women because I was scared that men would know that I did not know what any of that was called. I had never heard the word dually, truly. I had never heard the word dually, skid steer, lowboy, excavators. But guess what? Neither had my neighbors, and they didn't care. They just wanted a friendly face to help them. So then from Demo Diva, I said, that's it. I did this for 2 years. And so I started Demo Diva with $250. A $30 box of business cards, a $50 pair of magnets for my car, because every reputable contractor has magnets on their car, and the rest were in yard signs. Now, y'all, timing is everything. I was 10 months into getting into the game, but guess what those 10 months did? They gave me time, or they gave other people, other demolition company, time to go in and clear off these empty lots. So I came in on all these nice sandy lots. Now those people didn't know how to market themselves. So I went to the homeowner and I said, can I put my yard sign there? They said, sure, we don't know where those people are. They weren't even from here. So in a week, I put out 100 yard signs. It looked like I did the demolition. Perception is reality. And so they said, Demo Diva, you must be busy. I said, we are blowing and going. We are so busy. And there was no we, it was me. And I did this for 2 years, no equipment. I subcontracted it out, and I was a marketing lioness on the prowl. But after 2 years, I said, you know what? I love demolition. I'm not going back to hospitality. And I decided it was time to buy my first excavator, and that there is the first dot that's launched 1,000 excavators. That is the launching of Demo Diva. So I bought a Volvo excavator, and Volvo said, wait, there's a girl in New Orleans painting her excavator pink. Send a photographer and send the executive for the ribbon cutting. And so they did. There's Walter from North American Demolition, who came from the ribbon cutting. And then I just said, you know what? I'm full-blown into this. There's my dump truck. There's my excavator, the smashing star, because she looks smashing. And then, let's see, my dumpsters. Yeah, so then I said, hey, I'm going to go into the dumpster business. I did all the demolition from Brad Pitt's Make It Right. And so I asked the head of construction, hey, I saw a great marketing opportunity, international media rolling through the Ninth Ward every day. I said, hey, y'all, can I put dumpsters on the front lawn? They said, are you in the dumpster business? I said, no, but I'll buy 5. And so they said, okay, sure. Y'all, I didn't want to be in the dumpster business, but the reaction that I have received from New Orleans has been electrifying. Mom and dads tell me all the time that their kids are like, look, Mama, there's a Demo Diva. That there is success, just to see how it ignites a child, and parents telling you that my kids think that a girl can do anything. It's been fun. I never imagined that demolition would give me a voice. From Volvo, I was invited to go to Amsterdam to share my marketing words and my pizzazz in the World Demolition Summit in Amsterdam, in a male-dominated industry. These are major men taking down like nuclear smokestacks, and then the Demo Diva comes in. From there, a couple years later, I was invited to go to Japan and share words of hope and entrepreneurialism to the tsunami-devastated region of Japan, and that was a true honor. But most of all, I would say this, the greatest success has been learning my voice. And so I sponsored 400 girls to play flag football. And I started a little competition with those girls, and I said, whoever writes the best cheer will be on my next commercial. And so I'll tell you this. Yes, success has been learning my own voice. I just finished writing a book called Down to the Dirt, my first book just about my business journey over the last 10 years. But when I saw that I ignited some girls from a grassroots level, this has been my greatest joy. So I'm going to close you with this little ditty, and this is sung to me, back to me, all the time. I mean, literally, the guy down in the energy hole, the mailman knocks on our windows, in the gas station, grocery store clerks. Just before I close, I'll just say this. Success looks like someone who fell down in the dirt, and suddenly you realize you found your throne. The same shoes that take you through the dirt are the same shoes that will help you climb the ladder of success. And only you can fill your shoes. I found success in demolition of all things. I never imagined that it would give me a voice and it would open international doors and bring me to places like this, but it has. Most of all, I love how it's ignited my city. I'm so proud to be part of rebuilding New Orleans. I am just a little demolition company, but we have such a big, bold presence. Thank you so much for having me, and please enjoy the little song.
It takes a diva. What? To do what we do, it takes a diva. What?